name is Ed. I've been an engineer here at Waycon for almost 9 years. A customer will approach us here working on an idea for a new processing facility. So generally in the early stages, they'll just chat with me saying what they're looking for, how many tons an hour they're looking to process, and then I'll work with them and other equipment manufacturers to spec equipment and produce something that will fit into their layout in their building and into their budget, and we'll work back and forth with them just to come up with a solution that will suit them. So I suppose one of the things what we're generally known for is cooling for fruit, and the in-line hydro coolers are one of the main products we do. This is the real life version of what we were looking at on screen inside there. Looking at the machine itself, I mentioned we have filtration underneath the coils inside here. So these hatches all open up along the machine. And we've got filtration baskets in here. So on site, after they shut down between their shifts, they can pull these baskets out and it'll collect all the stems and stuff during the process and keeps their water nice and clean for longer. So the fruit comes in to the hydro cooler at any given temperature. So it could be still close to field temperature if it hasn't been bin drenched, which the temperatures we get in the Okanagan here can be pretty warm. So this is the inlet where the fruit goes in and flows through the machine from this end. And then it'll come out the other end of it as close to freezing as you can get it. So somewhere in the region of maybe 34 degrees, you can get a core temperature of fruit coming out. So this particular machine itself has a 53-inch wide conveying belt. Over here is the outlet manifold. So this is where the fruit exits the machine. There'll be flumes onto here, going onto the next piece of equipment again. We now have clamshell doors on the roof of these machines to allow as complete access as you can to get in there to clean the machines out completely. But these are also a very modular machine. The reason for going this direction with the roof and everything is these machines can be ripped down and repurposed a bit easier in the future. So the coils on top of these can be accessed and craned back out of the machine just by taking the roof and the doors off. Currently, as it will shape out, we'll be able to process about 3 tons an hour. But it has the capability in a year or two down the road, we've left the option for the customer to be able to take one coil set out, furnish it with copper, put it back in, and we'll have that extra 1.5 ton capacity to bump it up to 4. And on the back of the machine over here, you can see all the plumbing is exterior to the machine. So we do as much of the plumbing in the shop here as we can, so it lessens the amount of work we have to do on site when it gets to that stage. So again, working with the customer, this machine is actually a retrofit. So what I've highlighted in blue here was the existing tank that they had on a much smaller machine, originally built by Waycon maybe 10 years ago. I think in 2012 actually was when that machine was put in. 2011 or 2012 was when they originally purchased that machine. So we were able to revive it and reutilize it again as part of a new machine. There's 4 pumps on this new hydro cooler. 2 of the pumps were existing from the old machine, so we would have just taken those pumps, replaced the motors on them, and rebuilt the pumps themselves with new seals, and we're able to reuse those too. I suppose we've built up a good reputation, and a lot of it as well is just building a good relationship with customers here in the valley. And we work very closely with them, and we provide a service that they're looking for. The majority of the time when we'll do this equipment, we will do a full turnkey system where we'll provide all the supplementary catwalks, handrails, staircases, and all the access ways in and around the equipment for access and for cleaning as well. Generally, one of the biggest issues that we'll run into is they want to fit a very big machine into a very small footprint. So that's one of the biggest challenges for me, is trying to design something that will still do the job it needs to do, but make it as condensed as possible. I love somebody coming to me just with an idea Most of this literally starts as a napkin sketch, or just a description. Like somebody will come to me and say, you know, I've seen something, or, you know, I came up with this idea, I want something that'll do X, Y, and Z. So we'll just start sketching something out, and then the process starts where, you know, I'll come up with some concept ideas, start quoting it, we'll go back and forth, and then figure out a solution that we hope is what they're looking for, and with something that'll work, and then we'll, you know, start the production process.